Hi, I'm Jason Torrance, and this is my half of the show. This is a painting I did in my undergrad days. This painting's called Flower. There's an actual flower stapled to the canvas that has long since decayed and has kind of fallen apart. But that and a flower and cards having flower and then a sort of weird love poem and then a line drawing of a flower on wallpaper that has little imprints of flowers on them. Card with a lot of flowers, so that work there, and then it's a bunch of elephants on a turtle surrounded by a snake. This show features a lot of my photo work, and this is a piece called Mussolini Was a Faggot. Well, you know, that's what the title is. It's got a meaning to it. I mean, in a nutshell, part of this work is kind of inspired by the cross-section of fascism and homophobia. And it was inspired by a particular work by a filmmaker named Pier Paolo Pasolini, and that work was called Salo. And if you know that work, you can kind of understand some of the imagery at work in this piece and kind of understand why it would be named kind of with such an inflammatory thing. I mean, I kind of look at it, you know how some parents get kind of upset when like their kid shows up with like a nose ring or whatever at home, you know, but they still love them. They're like, well, that's my kid. Well, this is the work that's got faggot in the title. Okay. Here's a self-portrait I did. This is the earliest piece in the show. See, there I am looking sad with unkempt hair. And here I am, not as sad, unkempt hair. So let's keep going. Okay, this is kind of the centerpiece of the entire show, for me anyway. It's a large installation called Spirit Tears Flesh. There's a lot going on here. I mean, how do you explain it really? It's a big honking thing with 5 paintings on a wood armature. There's a face, there's a crown of thorns made from barbed wire. Here's a little steel angel chained to the ground, you know, and then these paintings all kind of depict the human body torn, dislocated, rearranged. I mean, that guy's heart is coming out of his neck. There's an eyeball in that wound. I don't know. Do you need a road map? Here we have some video work that I've done. That's a good film. I think, anyway. This is a work that actually was, that my good friend Tom Gadway helped me realize. It's called Inferno, and I had this idea of trying to illustrate Dante's Inferno with photographs of puppets and kind of like still lifes set up. And I still kind of want to do this idea someday, but this was the aborted attempt. I got pretty far into it, but had to stop because of, well, material concerns. But as a result, this is basically a document of that first attempt, and this is a diagram of Dante's Inferno that I got from a book and that we transposed on top of these photographs. So It's kind of like a preamble to a later work. Here's another photo series. It features the same actor, Adam Soul, and the other actor that was in the other piece, his name was Matt Oxy, both good friends of mine, but Adam was the only actor involved in this piece, and this one's called Actor as Dante. Actor as a concept approaching what we think of as Dante. Dante's gone through hell, so he's kind of regarding the demonic mask that you see in several of the pictures and basically kind of histrionically expressing what he feels would be what you expect the character of Dante to go through as like the passion of going through hell. So this kind of relates to the Inferno piece. I like it I like it just because the imagery is dark and moody, and I particularly like this one here. I like the look on the face. But yeah, okay, well, we got another piece right over here. And this is a piece that kind of I did like 2000, and it's kind of a triple self-portrait. And there's a progression. Here, color is kind of made meaningless in terms of depicting reality. Like, you know, my eyes aren't brown, my skin isn't flesh toned, my clothing isn't monochromatic as it usually is. And here, color is kind of obliterated, and it's just using brushstroke to define form and whatever. So there's the first part, and then the second part is kind of getting down to more of a relationship with reality in a representational sense. And then over here, I don't know if you can see it well in the video, but here's the outline of my arm at the time. See, it's kind of scrawny there. I'm not that scrawny anymore, but like, this is the artist's arm, the hand, the tool with which he did those. In a way, this is the most real self-portrait out of everything, because this is actually the outline of what I used to make those things. So it's kind of a progression. There's other things going on here as well, like what the hell's up with bone? It's just that, but that's kind of just the start of the whole thing. So we got one more over here. And up here we have another self-portrait I did, kind of related to the triple self-portrait over there. That's why I kind of saved it for last, is because it relates to that piece over there. And here's a poem that I perform as part of the music project Dull Boy that I do with Jason Ormsby. So that's pretty much my show, my half of the art show Jab. So thank you, and you should come down and see it before it comes down, but if you can't, or if you're watching this at a later date, then I hope you enjoyed what you saw right now. Thanks.